Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory. This is a live look at the Owensboro riverfront. Mostly cloudy skies overhead. That's been the case all day today. We have had a few very spotty showers, and I wouldn't rule out a couple more as we go through this afternoon and evening, but it's trending mainly dry. The next couple of days will be mostly sunny and a little bit warmer, but our rain chances do pick back up some as we get into the weekend. More on that in just a moment. This is a look at the current radar. We had a few spotty showers and even a brief thunderstorm roll through the tri-state earlier this morning, but a lot of that tapered off pretty quickly, and it's been very spotty at best. Now right now we've got a little bit of rain in Pike, Union, and Webster counties, but the rest of the tri-state is dry. I do want to point out that the models have been expecting this to be more than it actually is, so keep that in mind as we move forward. It is still showing an isolated chance of rain on up through this evening, but as we've already seen, that's been a very spotty chance so far this afternoon. So I think most of us will stay dry, but a stray shower is possible. Any rain we do see this afternoon or evening will taper back off as we head into the night tonight. Tomorrow we start out with some fog. This is showing a chance of rain, but I don't think we'll have any rain tomorrow morning. This just is showing that there is going to be moisture in the form of fog, and it's having trouble figuring out what exactly that is. So it's by default showing it as rain, but I doubt we'll have any rain tomorrow. In general, Thursday will be mostly sunny. We may catch a stray shower bubbling up in the heat of the afternoon, as is very common this time of year, but again, it'll be isolated. Many of us will stay dry, and any rain we do see will taper back off as the sun sets and they begin to lose their energy there. We kind of repeat that same pattern then on Friday with mostly sunny skies, maybe a stray shower popping up in the heat of the afternoon, then tapering back off in the evening as things cool down. Now, it almost looks like I'm not even changing this map, but if you pay attention up in the top right corner, the day does change here. We are sitting at just that brown color, that general risk today, tomorrow, and Friday. So all 3 days, it's possible we could get a pocket of heavy rain or a few rumbles of thunder, but we're not expecting severe weather of any kind. As for our temperatures, sitting in the low to mid 80s in most locations. We do have a few upper 80s in there, 88 in Lawrenceville, 89 in Grayville. It's 84 right now in Evansville. Those mostly cloudy skies have really put a damper on our temperatures today. I think we'll tack on just a couple more degrees this afternoon, topping out somewhere in the mid to upper 80s, and then we'll fall back through the 80s this evening and into the 70s. Keep in mind, once the sun goes down, we may begin to see some areas of patchy fog developing late tonight into early Thursday morning, but then once the sun gets overhead, that fog will quickly burn away again. Our temperatures will bottom out somewhere right around the 70-degree mark by the end of the night tonight, with mostly clear and calm conditions. Again, the only concern would be that little bit of patchy fog. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny, and as a result, a little warmer too, with highs climbing into the low 90s. Can't rule out a stray shower popping up in the afternoon, but most of us will stay dry, and we see the same story on Friday too. Now, the rain chances pick back up over the weekend. I think Saturday will probably start out dry and maybe even with some sunshine. Then we see a chance of a few scattered showers picking up Saturday afternoon and evening, but then tapering back off Saturday night into Sunday morning. Sunday seems to be the better chance of rain, but still not a total washout. Again, we see those rain chances picking up as we get into the afternoon and evening hours, then tapering back off Sunday night into Monday morning. We're not expecting severe weather either day, but we could get a few pockets of heavy rain. There is a level 1 risk for an isolated flooding incident on the northern end of the tri-state Saturday, then across the entire region on Sunday. So both days we may get a rumble of thunder or a pocket of heavy rain, but I don't think it'll be a widespread issue. As I said, this rain will be scattered, so not everyone's going to see it, and we're certainly not all going to see the same amount. Most of us will probably land somewhere around a ½ inch of rain over the weekend. It's just if we get an isolated thunderstorm that would have a good downpour and really dump just a small area of heavier rain, that's where you could deal with those localized flooding issues. So we'll keep an eye out for that over the weekend, but again, I doubt it'll be a widespread problem. Then we're stuck in this same kind of stagnant weather pattern on into the first half of next week. It'll be warm and humid with highs in the low 90s, and every day just that slight chance that at some point, mainly during the afternoon and evening, you could get a brief shower or storm, but we don't have any widespread rain rain or severe weather in the forecast at this time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up your forecast, but don't go anywhere. Jamie French and Robinson Miles will be right back with your news headlines.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Live from 14 News, this is a 14 Digital News Desk update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Of course, we did just have a recap of what we're looking at looking forward in our weather. And actually, for our first news headline today, we're actually taking a look back. It has been 1 year since the tri-state was hit by a large tornado outbreak. Now, this was on July 9th of 2024. The remnants of Hurricane Beryl moved through the tri-state.
Yeah, it produced 7 tornadoes in total, including this EF3 that you're seeing on your screen that hit Mount Vernon. Now, that tornado specifically tore through the Kenco facility. It caused damage on a nearly 6-mile path. Peak winds of 140 miles per hour were recorded. Now, that outbreak also brought a few tornadoes to Union County. That's essentially where it started. The National Weather Service says there were 2 EF1 tornadoes that struck Grove Center and Uniontown. Of course, that then crossed the river and became that EF3 in Posey County. Thankfully, though, no one was hurt or killed in the tri-state during this tornado outbreak. Our Zariah Cole is in Posey County today. She is checking in with a local farmer that we actually talked to a year ago today about the damage he had. He had a lot of equipment just tore up on his farm and things like that. So we're talking to him about how he recovered from that massive storm.
You know, a good reminder, we continue to have severe weather every season. It's a good thing. These really do have an impact. We do need to take those alerts seriously.
Absolutely.
Now, to kind of shift our gears just a little bit, our other headline that we're going to be talking about today, something just a little bit lighter, happening now at Garvin Park in Evansville. Part of the park is blocked off so that crews can start building the new activity zone. Now, we first told you about the new playground earlier this year. Now, it's part of a $24 million project for city improvements and is part of the Garvin Park Master Plan.
Yeah, officials say this big plan they have will also include some new basketball courts, a new restroom building, and potentially a new shelter there. So the construction is probably going to take a while. It started today. Our Leslie Chapman stopped by to get a look at that. And of course, she's going to be tracking the progress along the way, and we'll keep you updated as that construction continues now that it's officially started. But it certainly is going to look really cool. I mean, you saw those renderings from the beginning. I love that they're doing these advancements across the city of Evansville to the parks. It's very neat to see.
Especially where we tend to think of parks as being somewhat static, to think that they could add something more to it, make it a little different. So, okay, I'm going to ask you something now. We can all make broad, sweeping generalizations about Jamie's personality here. When you were growing up, what was the part of the playground equipment that you spend the most time on?
It was usually the swings. I had a big fear of slides because I remember the slides at my school's playground used to they had the static in them and it would shock you. So I would never get on a slide at a playground because I didn't like being shocked by it. So I was always on the swings.
I totally get that. I was freaked out by the big metal ones because they'd heat up in the sun.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
You wear shorts.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that was terrifying. See, I was always on the swings. That's because I was a gabber. I'd like to go there with a friend and you'd get in sync and just be gabbing.
Yeah,
so that was
a good one. The monkey bars were my thing as well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I'm like, look how long I can stay up. And I'd be like hanging on, So, yeah.
True.
Anyway.
Well, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time time out of your day to hang with us. Of course, we will be back with all these stories in more detail and much more tonight on our evening shows of 14 News at 4, 5, and 6, and then, of course, at 10.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Have a great day.